Happy Monday, Gladiators. So we're going to take a look at what our agenda is for week 2. So when you go into your folder for the first grading period, you're going to choose week 2. And the first thing you need to look at is your week at a glance. So for our week at a glance today, we're going to do a quick review, and then you're going to do an activity that's going to count as a lab grade. So it'll be a digital version of a lab. On Tuesday, we're going to review together playing Kahoot, so make sure you have a device to play Kahoot with before we take our atomic structure quiz. On Wednesday, I want to go through that quiz, make sure everybody did okay. We're going to discuss a mnemonic called the triple bubble. It's a way to help you remember those subatomic particles. And then I'm going to probably send you some breakout sessions so that you can work on a collaborative activity for me. On Thursday, we have our first assessment. So we're going to play quizzes first to review for that, and then you will take your test. After your test, you're going to have part 2, which is an FRQ. On Friday, we're going to switch over to talking about the periodic table. So we're going to review the history, how it was developed, and then go into a quick review from what you learned in 6th grade about the types of elements. So let's talk about those subatomic particles. So just a quick review of the subatomic particles. Remember that the atom is broken into 2 parts. You have the inside, which is the nucleus, surrounded by this area called the electron cloud. Now, inside the nucleus, we find 2 of our subatomic particles. Remember, Perky Patty proton and Nerdy Nilda neutron. So our protons have a positive charge. Our neutrons are neutral or no charge. So they both have a mass of 1 AMU. So they're the larger of the subatomic particles. So if we look in here, this nucleus is tightly packed, and it's going to have an overall positive charge because of those protons. The neutrons have no effect. It's going to be dense, and it's going to be massive. So this is where you're going to find the mass of the atom. This surrounding area, mostly empty, is filled with those teeny tiny electrons, enraged LED electron. They have a mass of 1 over 1836 AMU, so they're really, really small, and they're negatively charged. So this entire area will have a negative charge. All right, so let's take a look at your activities for today. So if we go into our Monday folder, you will find 2 activities, parts of an atom and properties of subatomic particles lab. So for parts of an atom, this is, again, a quick review for you. Make sure you can label. So it's going to make a slide for you, and it's just a drag and drop. So you're going to choose the word and drag it into the appropriate box. So if you just click it and drag it over, do that for each one. When you're finished, you're going to submit this. When you have finished that, you're going to be working on properties of subatomic particles lab. So when you open your lab, there are going to be 2 or 3 parts depending on which copy you're working on. So for the first part, you're asked to watch a video. The video is linked right here. And that video is going to go over the scale model of an atom, okay, comparing the location of the nucleus and the first energy level that would have electrons. So you're going to watch that video and use that information to answer part 1. So for part 1, question 1, you have to edit this picture. So to do that, you click on the picture and choose the edit button. And then you're going to fill in the missing words and then answer the questions below. For part 2, we're looking at the mass. I've used 2 items. One will represent an electron, one will represent a proton. I've measured the mass of them. Since you're not here to do it yourself, you will read the mass for each one, fill it in, and answer the questions. Some of you may have a part 3. If you have a part 3, follow the directions for part 3. When you have finished that and submitted it, you're done for the day. Make sure that you continue to review your subatomic particles so you're ready for our quiz tomorrow. Have a great day, Gladiators.